What if the myths and legends we study in school weren't just ancient stories, but real parts of the world around us? What if the gods, monsters, and heroes of the past were still walking among us today? Sounds exciting, right? My name is Ereena Aqleia binti Mansur Usaimi, and I am from Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Dang Anum in Melaka, code MEB 1064. Today, I want to share a book that completely changed the way I see mythology. The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. From the legendary Hang Tuah to the epic myths of ancient Greece, mythology has shaped cultures and stories for centuries. But what if we to know those myths weren't just history? What if they came to life in the present day? Well, that's exactly what The Lightning Thief does. It brings the ancient world into our modern lives with humor, action, and unforgettable characters. Rick Riordan is the brilliant mind behind this book. Is an American author best known for Percy Jackson and the Olympia series. His stories follow young demigods, half-human, half-god heroes who embark on thrilling adventures while trying to balance their normal lives. Riordan's writing is packed with humor, heart, and mythology, making these ancient stories feel fresh and exciting for today's readers. Fun fact, before becoming a full-time writer, he was a middle school English and history teacher. So he really knows how to make his learning fun. So now you know Rick Riordan, right? The genius behind Percy Jackson? Well, he's got tons of other books too. Another one of his hit books is Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, which dives into Norse mythology. So think of Thor, Loki, and all the cool Viking stuff. But wait, there's more! He also wrote the Hero of Olympus series, such as The Lost Hero, The Son of Neptune, The Mark of Athena, The House of Hades, and The Blood of Olympus. And also in another series of The Trials of Apollo is also included The Hidden Oracle, The Dark Prophecy, The Burning Maze, The Triad's Tomb, and The Final Trial. Basically, Riordan has made mythology with the coolest thing ever. His books are packed with humor, action, and ton of mythology, but in a way that actually makes sense for us today. Oh, and some of his books were even turned into movies, like The Lightning Thief and Percy Jackson, The Sea of Monsters. Now, let me tell you about the book that made me so obsessed with all this, The Lightning Thief. It's about Percy Jackson, a 12-year-old boy who discovers he is a demigod, aka the son of Poseidon. Wild, right? One minute, he is mostly a normal kid. The next, monsters are attacking him. The gods are real. And Zeus thinks he stole his lightning bolt. He ends up at Cave Half-Blood, a summer camp for demigods, where he meets Annabeth, a total genius, and Grover, his best satire friend ever. Together, they go on this epic quest to find the missing boat and stop a war between the gods. And of course, there were a lot of monsters, betrayals, and a whole lot of chaos along the way. But here's why The Lightning Thief hits different for me. Yes, it's got the action and the cool mythology, but it also is about figuring out who you are. Percy struggles with feeling like he doesn't fit in, whether at school, home, or even at Cave Half-Blood. He has a complicated relationship with his father, well, because Poseidon wasn't exactly present for parent-teacher conferences, and he has to figure out what it really means to be a hero. And let's be real, Percy is one of the most relatable characters ever. He is sarcastic, awkward, and trying to survive this wild ride, which I can think a lot of us can relate to. One of my absolute favorite lines from this book is when Percy says, "If my life is going to mean anything, I have to live it myself." That one really stuck with me because it's about taking charge of your own story, even when it feels like everything is against you. Also, the way Riordan blends mythology with a modern life, a light bulb. Genius! I didn't know much about Greek gods before this, but now I could probably hold my own in a trivia contest, or at least survive a surprise pop quiz. Honestly, reading The Lightning Thief is the book that got me into reading mythology-inspired books. It showed me that you don't have to be perfect to be important or brave. You just have to be you. And sometimes that's enough to change everything. So yeah, if you hadn't read it yet, what are you doing? Go pick it up and thank me later. I guess that's all from me. Thank you. And now I guess it's time to go back to reading.